Hello and welcome back to my casual play of Nancy Drew, the final scene. So here we are back at it, the puzzle where I last left off, and we'll just jump right in. Let's see. So quiet then. Oh. Ah.
Something's missing here.
And the Royal Palladium Theater, 21st March 1925. Dear Mr. Houdini, congratulations on your latest unbelievable feat. Neither have I seen the crowd at the Royal, or never have I seen the crowd at the Royal Palladium Theater so enthralled by a performer. Stupendous. Honestly, I was assured that the watery grave was inescapable, even for a master such as yourself. Really, if I had even had any notion of risking my money, I might not have offered such a grandiose reward. After all, what man is made of money? Isn't that right, Mr. Houdini? My point is, well, I must admit that my cash flow is a little tight at the moment. More specifically, I do not have the $50,000 available to give you at this time. The theater is young, but bound for glory, so I'm sure you'll agree. And my bank account is still recovering from the building expenses. I'm sure you understand, sir. However, this letter is an announcement of a golden opportunity, Mr. Houdini, not one of gloomy regret. In lieu of cash, and in accordance with my lawyer's counsel, I am prepared to offer you a reward far more valuable than cash. I would like to make you my business partner by transferring 50% ownership of the Royal Palladium Theater into your name. Just think of it. Together we can make the Royal Palladium the foremost venue in the world for magic. Stupendous. Certainly, a man as brilliant and worldly as yourself will recognize this as an irresistible offer and realized that there was no need to squabble over petty details of your reward or invite the press to make a mountain out of a molehill in this affair. Please sign below and return this document to me if you agree to proceed with the transfer of 50% ownership of the theater into your name. And in doing so, you will also agree not to sue me or publicly defame my name. A detailed contract will follow. Stupendous. I'm looking forward to a mutually rewarding relationship with you, Mr. Houdini. Sincerely, J.J. Thompson. Why don't I take that with me? Bound to be somebody else that's going to want something like that. Amazing Monty.
Ladies and gentlemen, step right up! Ha ha! Find the ace of spades. Keep your eye on the card.
Win!
Congratulations! You beat the magician. Don't forget to collect your winnings.
Your audience will be dazzled.
Flash paper. Every magician keeps some handy. Directions. Slide the flash trigger ring through your middle finger. Use the flint wheel or finger flasher to create the spark. Then throw the flash paper and watch it as it ignites. Your audience will be dazzled by the bright light and the puff of smoke. Great for theater special effects, disappearing acts, or any time you need to throw someone off your trail. Caution, flash paper is a pyrotechnical device that should not be used by children without adult supervision.
How about Fancy Jackson? It's a little disco, but I think you could pull it off.
Fancy?
I think your phone's about to ring. Ciao.
Need any help?
Why are you so interested in helping me?
Well, Maya was kidnapped from my dressing room after all. I just can't help thinking maybe they meant to kidnap me.
So full of yourself.
Talk to you later, Brady.
You betcha.
How goes the search?
I found some of JJ's personal documents inside a secret panel in the basement.
Well, don't just stand there, start breaking it down.
Did you ever hear about a challenge that J.J. Thompson issued to Harry Houdini back in 1925?
Yeah, and?
J.J. put up a big reward for this Houdini challenge. He must have thought the escape was impossible, but Houdini did it. And J.J. didn't have the reward money.
What does this have to do with the ownership of the theater?
From what I can tell, J.J. had to give Harry Houdini 50% of the theater as the reward.
Ha! Serves that swindler J.J. right. Nancy, do you realize what this means?
I'm working on a couple of theories.
If Thompson didn't own the whole place, then whoever inherited it from Thompson doesn't legally own the whole place either.
Which means they don't have the authority to knock this building down.
We've got to find out what happened to his half of the ownership. You keep looking for Maya. I've got a laptop out in my van. I'll get online and do some research. Check back soon.
Love the enunciation of my van.
Catch you later.
Fight the power.
Nancy, it's Joseph. Wait till you see this. Come to the projection room. Nancy, take a look at this.
Where did you find it?
Brady found it.
Found it? Where?
He didn't say. Give the police a call, and then you better go back to your hotel and get some rest.
Just when I have a lead? No way! I've got to keep searching.
You won't be any help to Maya if you get too tired to think.
Okay, I surrender.
Go ahead and use the phone in the ticket booth. I'll be down in a minute.
Talk to Brady first. Ooh, sneaky. Can't talk to Brady. Can't interrogate him if he's not here. Sneaky.
St. Louis Police Department.
Missing persons unit, please.
Please hold. Missing persons, this is Ramsey.
Hi, Sergeant Ramsey. This is Nancy Drew. I spoke to you earlier today about the disappearance of my friend, Maya Wen.
Hello, Miss Drew. You're calling to tell me that you found your friend, I hope.
I wish that were true, sir. No, she's still missing. I'm calling to report that I have the evidence you asked for.
What did you find?
Someone else here at the theater found Maya's press pass. It was clipped to her shirt when she went into the dressing room. It must have been torn off when she was kidnapped.
Or it fell off. Or she just tossed it.
Maya is very serious about her work, Sergeant Ramsey. She never goes anywhere without that pass, and she would not willingly leave it behind.
Is the pass damaged in any way?
No.
Was anything disturbed in the area where it was found?
I don't know. I'm not the one who found it.
Okay, well, thanks for checking in, Miss Drew. If Maya hasn't turned up by tomorrow, we'll definitely be out to investigate. Someone will take a look at the press pass then.
But you said that if I found evidence, you'd investigate the theater today.
I'm sorry, Miss Drew, but we can't go chasing after every kid who decides to take a leave of absence. The vast majority of missing juveniles disappear of their own accord, and they reappear when they're good and ready.
You have to believe me. Maya would never play this kind of game. Nicholas Falcone said he thinks somebody is using her to make a statement.
Nicholas Falcone? Is he involved in this? Are you involved with him?
Haddett is demonstrating against the demolition in front of the theater. Nicholas has set up shop in the lobby. I've spoken to him. I'm not involved with him.
Are you aware of the allegations against Mr. Falcone's character, Miss Drew?
Allegations?
Nick Falcone operates according to his own rules. He'll do just about anything to save a theater, and he's not afraid to use extreme tactics.
What kind of extreme tactics?
You name it. Vandalism, sabotage, chaining himself to demolition machinery.
Is that right?
And last year there was a situation over in Nashville. Just when the oldest theater in the city is about to be torn down, and mind you, Haddett is there in full force, a girl goes missing. So happens she's the daughter of the demolition boss. They go crazy looking for her. There's a call, just like the one you described. Anyway, to make a long story short, the demolition is called off. And 3 weeks later, the girl is seen snuggling up to Falcone in a Memphis coffee shop.
Are you suggesting Nicholas is staging this thing?
I'm just saying that there's more to situations like these than meets the eye. Nick Falcone is a real operator, and he likes to humiliate the police. I'm not going to jump on the bandwagon here with this whole Royal Palladium thing and let him make my unit look like a bunch of chumps.
I see.
So you aren't going to have any credit with us if you join ranks with him.
Does he have a criminal record?
Oh, minor stuff. Disorderly conduct, trespassing, yada, yada, yada. but Nick Falcone can slime his way out of a sticky situation like no one I've ever seen. Unfortunately, there's no jail sentence for being a royal pain in the neck.
There are no good citizenship awards for it either.
Look, I know you're worried, but for now, there's nothing we can do. And there's nothing you can do either. Why don't you go home and get some rest? I'm sure you've had a long day.
Well, this has been very informative, Sergeant Ramsey. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Good night, Miss Drew.
Sorry I didn't respond. There's a lot of chit-chatting, but hello to you too, and I am doing well. How are you? I'm just hanging out and playing some Nancy Drew.
I heard the whole thing, Nancy. Go get some sleep. I'll keep an eye on things till morning.
Eavesdropper. Well, I also didn't want to interrupt for anybody that wants to be able to listen to actually what's going on in the game. Didn't want to interrupt it, so. Deepest sympathy. Planning a funeral is such a dreadful pain. Wouldn't you rather just stop the demolition? Wow. Missing. October 22nd, 1982, Vietnamese. Teeth? Wow. Last seen wearing jeans with embroidered cuffs and a black top, blue butterflies on it. Birthmark on the right ankle. Last seeing a spiral reporter's notebook. Maya Nguyen. Last seen at the Royal Palladium Theater. I play a variety of games right now. I've got most of the Nancy Drew games. I will play Stardew Valley. I've got some horror games that I like to play as well. I've been playing Deadly Premonition. Some of the other ones that I've really gotten into for horror is Chilla's Art. So they make some really neat atmospheric horror games. But usually easygoing kind of stuff, point and click adventure.
I'm sorry you had to see that wreath, Nancy. It's disgusting.
Every so often I'll enjoy a first person shooter or something, but it's usually something with a story. Those are my favorites.
This is one creepy kidnapper, that's for sure.
Let's hope the kidnapper just did this to scare you.
Streaming, I try and do it as often as I can. It's the horror stuff I like to do kind of later at night just because it's spookier. Trying for maybe every other day at least, if not every day for something. So
It's just strange. I mean, why would the kidnapper go to the trouble to have that thing arranged and delivered here?
The phone's been ringing off the hook all morning. I don't know how the press got a hold of this, but they're all over it like ants on a picnic.
Where did those missing posters come from?
I can't say for sure, but I can make an educated guess.
Are you thinking of a certain Hollywood agent we know?
Can you believe the way she diverted all of the attention away from Maya and used the poster to promote Brady as the big hero? This shouldn't be happening. It's all backwards.
hello and welcome.
The police told me Nicholas Falcone is known for using extreme tactics to further his political causes. Why are you letting him use the lobby as his headquarters?
Nicholas has been hanging around this theater since he was a little boy. I know how torn up he is about the theater. This'll be over soon enough, and then he'll go home. I don't think he's dangerous, for gosh sakes.
Oh, awesome. Well, thank you for joining me.
Gotta go now.
Chin up!
And I'm also, if there's ever any games that you would think that I would enjoy or would like to see me play, I'm always open for suggestions too. So,
Nancy, what's the 411?
Thanks to you, the police think this whole kidnapping is a hoax.
That's all hearsay, Nancy. They got no witnesses, no testimony, no nothing.
I'm doing well. Thank you for the compliment. Well, it's great to see you on here, Megan.
So you have or have not used kidnapping to further your causes in the past?
I am not an eco-terrorist, and I would never orchestrate the temporary disappearance of anyone who wasn't in on the plan and down with the cause.
Maybe you'd better think about being in on the law and down with the truth, Nicholas.
All right, Officer Nancy, chill out, will ya? I'm on your side.
I'm always up for making more friends, more connections, get to know people. All right.
Tell me about your relationship with the police.
All I know is they like to dig through my garbage and follow my van. Does this face say America's Most Wanted to you?
Thank you for the follow.
Joseph told me that the St. Louis Historical Society is in the process of trying to declare this building an historical landmark.
They've been in that process for years. It's all just a big wad of red tape, a bunch of bureaucratic hocus pocus. Had it's about action, not paperwork.
Sure. Always feel free
Catch
to
you later.
reach out to me
Fight
on
the
Twitter.
power.
Not here, but he left his book. You are what you project. Become the captain of your own destiny. In the last chapter, we established one of life's greatest truths, the premise of this book. You are what you project. Another way of putting this is what you project is who you are. So we saw in the case of Lisa and Dwayne, a negative attitude is a poor foundation to which to win friends and influence people, because who wants to be around a grouch or do favors for a loser? No one. On the other hand, with a positive attitude, or what we call your inner captain, the sky's the limit. Stories of Rick and Beatrice prove that if you command the world, you are my oyster. Now open up and hand over the pearls. You'll soon find yourself in fame, fortune, and social popularity, standing at the helm of your own destiny. In this chapter, we'll learn how to speak language of success, and that's not just verbal language, it's body language too. So everything that you communicate to the world, it's everything that you communicate to the world. So stand up straight, pull up your socks, and freshen that breath, because you, yes you, are going to the top. Yes! Let's see. Cabin boy versus a captain. I'm busy. Get it yourself. I eat my competitors for dinner. Kind of makes you sound like a jerk. Isn't it time you grabbed your destiny by the horns and sailed into the sunset? Apparently, dear old Brady's got confidence issues. Although, dealing with his agent, I wouldn't be surprised. She is way more commanding.
Have you seen the posters? Aren't they fabulous?
That picture of Maya is the one from her press pass, isn't it?
Yes. Thankfully, she's photogenic.
That poster is just an advertisement for Brady.
Maya's on the poster. It says she's missing. So what's your issue? Brady's out plastering those posters all over St. Louis and every podunk town for 50 miles. He's due back at any time, though, for the press conference.
Press conference?
I've invited the press here today to report on Brady's commitment to solving this case. You know, a few questions, a few photo ops, no big deal. That funeral wreath was awful, wasn't it?
What do you know about that wreath?
I had it moved out front for the press conference. We want the press to know just how heartless this kidnapper is, don't we? Then it's all the more fabulous when Brady saves the day.
I think your phone's about to ring.
Love ya.
I'm not on Twitter at the moment since I'm doing my stream, so. But after I'm done, I'll get on there and check it out.
I got the number. I left it in the ticket booth. This woman isn't a Houdini herself. She's the widow of one of Houdini's cousins.
Maybe she knows what's happened to Houdini's half of the theater. I'll call.
Appreciate it.
Yes, hello.
Hello, is this Eustacia Andropov?
Who else would it be? Everyone else is dead.
Oh, Mrs. Andropov, I'm sorry to bother you. I'm trying to find out some information about Harry Houdini. Is it true that you're his cousin?
Who wants to know?
Oh, I beg your pardon. My name is Nancy Drew. I'm a detective working on a case in St. Louis.
Harry was only my cousin by marriage, but my husband is dead, and so is Harry. So I guess that makes me nobody's cousin. Satisfied?
I'm researching Mr. Houdini's ownership of the Royal Palladium Theater. Would you know anything about this?
He owned it. Half of it anyway, for a few months. Then he died. Does that help?
Do you know what happened to his half? Did he sign it back over to J.J. Thompson?
Return it to James Jehoshaphat? Mr. Stupendous? Not on his life. Losing that man was Harry's greatest escape.
Did someone in Houdini's family inherit the theater?
Harry made a plan to give his half of the theater to someone he admired. A young magician, I assume. Perhaps a protege. I remember my husband telling me this.
Can you tell me anything more?
More? I'm 96 over here. I don't exactly have time to burn.
I know it was a long time ago, Mrs. Andropov, but this is terribly important. My friend is in danger, and finding out what happened to Houdini's half of the theater may be my only hope of saving her.
Call the Library of Congress. Ask about the Houdini collection. There must be something in all of those letters. You tell that Sherman Trout Eustacia said. You're not dead yet, Shermy, so get up and make yourself useful.
The Library of Congress. You don't happen to have that number, do you?
Well, I should have this letter from Shermy around here somewhere. Cat food coupons. Vincent Jack has a repair. Dear Eustacia. Here we go. Library of Congress, Washington, D.C. 202-555-5000.
Thanks, Mrs. Andropoff. You've been a great help.
Save it for my funeral.
Never know what they're going to actually put in the address book.
Manuscripts.
I'm trying to reach Sherman Trout, please.
Speaking. How may I help you?
Hi, Mr. Trout. My name is Nancy Drew. I'm a detective working on a case that involves Harry Houdini and the Royal Palladium Theater in St. Louis. Eustacia Andropov recommended I call you.
Ah, yes. Eustacia was most helpful to us when we were assembling our Houdini collection. I presume you'd like to have a look at it?
Yes, please, Mr. Trout. I'm very interested.
Fine. Well, you'll just need to register with the library when you get here and fill out a request for the materials you wish to view. When your request has been processed, the materials will be delivered to one of our reading rooms where you can view them.
Mr. Trout, please let me explain. Unfortunately, there's no way for me to come to Washington, D.C. to do research. I'm hoping you could help me find a document.
Well, Miss Drew, I'm sorry if you have logistical constraints, but please understand my own limitations. The Library of Congress currently holds over 40 million items, contained in 10,000 separate collections. It's the largest and most comprehensive library in the world. I simply don't have time to run research errands for the individual citizens.
Mr. Trout, if I don't solve this case in a matter of hours, the building I'm standing in will be demolished and an innocent 19-year-old girl, a friend of mine, may lose her life. You may be my only hope.
Why is your friend in danger?
She was kidnapped by someone desperate to save this building from demolition.
And what can you possibly be hoping to find in the Houdini collection that would help matters?
Mr. Houdini was part owner of the theater, and I'm trying to find out who inherited his half or what became of it when he died. I'm hoping Houdini might have discussed it somewhere in his personal documents. If I can prove that the current owner is not legally the full owner, then maybe I can get the demolition stopped and save Maya.
I see. Well, this sounds urgent. I suppose I can take a look.
That would be such a help, Mr. Trout. If you find anything, could you overnight it to me at the Royal Palladium?
Well, I certainly can't send you the document itself. It's a historical artifact now. But I could send you a slide. What's the street address there, if I find anything?
It's 1330 Washington Avenue, St. Louis, Missouri, 63101. Please send the package in care of Nicholas Falcone or myself, Nancy Drew. I can't tell you how grateful I am, Mr. Trout. You might just be a lifesaver.
Miss Drew, I assure you, Sherman Trout is a man of his word.
Thanks so much. Bye.
She's got a way better memory than I do.
Did you call? What's the story?
Sure did.
Go on, spill it.
She didn't know much, but she gave me the number of this guy at the Library of Congress who has access to the archives of Houdini's letters.
And what did they say?
We're expecting a package. Cross your fingers it gets here in time.
Way to go, Nancy! You're on fire!
Can you believe Brady's agent has called this press conference to trump up his heroics? She can barely even remember Maya's name.
Don't worry, Nancy. This cowboy will be on the scene with a megaphone in each holster. I guarantee you the press will get more than they bargained for.
Catch you later.
Fight the power.
Hey there, Nancy.
Gotta go now.
Bye.
be Brady's back.
How are you holding up?
You've already been a big help. Is there anything you can tell me about Maya's press pass?
I found it in the basement. The balcony. It was the balcony.
Great job on the posters, too. You market yourself like a real pro.
Please, Nancy. It's not me.
I guess I should have my eyes checked. I could have sworn that poster was all about you.
It's Simone. She's relentless. I'm just a hostage on her runaway bus.
Nancy's got so much sass for Brady.
Sounds like you've bitten off more than you can chew.
It's more complicated than you think. Listen, I've got to get ready for this press conference. I'll talk to you later.
What's the status?
Brady seems uncomfortable with some of your, tactics.
Oh, he's just whining because I made him chop off his ponytail. I don't know what's gotten into him with this free will thing. I told him, you can't even dress yourself, kid, but if you want your blockbuster career to crash and burn, go ahead, manage yourself.
I think your phone's about to ring.
Bye now.
Okay, folks, we're about to get started here. Mrs. Mueller and Mr. Armstrong will do their best to answer all of your questions in the time allotted. But let's proceed with good manners, shall we?
Thank you, all, for coming. I'm only sorry that the circumstances of our meeting are not more festive. Wouldn't it be nice if we were all gathered here today to revel in the blockbuster success of Brady Armstrong's new movie, Vanishing Destiny? Wouldn't we all prefer to?
Wouldn't it be better if this was a press conference for Brady and not because somebody was kidnapped? She's all hard, I swear.
That might come in handy later.
But not now. Okay. Snooping time. Nice. figure it out eventually. Nah. Alright. Dear Mr. Armstrong, for starters, I'm a huge fan. I've been seeing your movies since I was like 14. To this day, I still think your best performance was Lie Like a Rug, but who knows, maybe Vanishing Destiny will top it. I'm in college at Washington University now, and I'm planning to go to your premiere at the Royal Palladium. I'm contacting you because I'm hoping to interview you for an article I'm writing for my school paper. I'm sure you're very busy, but could I stop by your dressing room the afternoon of the premiere? I only have a few questions. The interview would only take 20 minutes or so. What do you think? Please write back. Alright. Georgie Bear. Thanks for your message. I miss you too, Sugar. Can't talk though. A lot is happening here. I'm a genius. Tell you all about it when I get back. Love, your Monster. Hi, Carol. Listen, something's come up and we won't be flying out of St. Louis tomorrow as planned. I'll get back to you when I know something definite, but for now, just cancel that flight, would you please? Cecil. Things are going better than I could have hoped for. The premiere is off for now. The news is spreading like wildfire. Tell Rhonda great work. Keep me posted. Listen, Cecil, have you been brushing Miss Sparkles? I checked in with her this morning on the webcam, and she's looking awfully bedraggled. She's a very sensitive cat, Cecil. She hates having a bad fur day. If she's traumatized when I get home, you'll be sorry you ever met me. Merv, thanks for getting me those contact sheets so fast. The black and white glossies for Destiny definitely need another airbrush. Do you think? Can you do anything to make his jawline look more defined? Jack's talent. Centrix Wellness Garden. Aspect Ratio Studios. Another one behind there. Happy Spines Chiropractic. Ezekiel's Martini and Sushi Bar. Georgie Bear. Oh, I bet that was probably my hint. Ginger's 24-hour flower-rama. Funeral wreath. Nothing tacky. Well, now we know. Now we know where the wreath came from.
It's locked. It's locked.
I've called this conference specifically to let you know.
Herbert Radid and Son, men's grooming house. For a clean bed, a hot meal, and a place to hang your hat, you can always room with the Radudes. Dear Mr. Hughes, we received your letter inquiring about the whereabouts of Jacob Hughes. Unfortunately, Jake died 6 months ago. He's been ill with emphysema for some time, but you'll be glad to know he enjoyed his cigarettes to the end and died peacefully in his sleep. We regret that we were unable to contact you at the time of his death, but we had no idea Jake had a brother. He never mentioned any family, and our research didn't turn up any leads. Your brother was cremated according to his last wishes, and no rent was due on his room. Please contact the county coroner's office if you would like to have his ashes shipped to you. We're sorry for your loss. Best of luck, sincerely. Herbert Redoute Jr. So, you mentioned before that he was going to go stay with his brother. So that's not true. Just take everything.
There was a key here.
You see, Brady Armstrong is a hero.
God, she's so full of it.
Where did this funeral wreath come from?
Isn't it a little unusual for a movie star to help with a kidnapping like this?
People, one at a time. Brady.
Well, with all of my experience on the silver screen, I feel well prepared to save the day in St. Louis.
Do you think that kidnapper is violent?
Mr. Charmstrong, have you ever thought about growing a mustache?
There we go. Since I was able to pick that up, I bet I'll be able to use that on the other dresser. Magic key. Stage Technician's Guide. Class 5 authorization. Due to the restrictive nature of the stage manipulations usage, you will need a Class 5 technician status to perform this procedure. Control board operation. Preparation. Be sure the control board power button is activated. On the number pad, enter the 6-digit security code for the Houdini transformation. Code is 121192. Press left and right fader switches. When cued by the performers, lower 2 iron cages to the stage floor by moving the left and right fader switches. After the cages reach the floor, press the magnet button. Excuse me. To attach the tunnel columns to the cage bottoms. After both performers have entered the cages, move the fader switches up slightly. Raise the cages 3 feet above the stage floor. Tunnel columns will still be attached to the cage bottoms, although you will not see them. They are hidden by mirrors. Your cue from the performers, press the trapdoor button. Open the trapdoor. Important, you must depress the lock switch after all stage manipulations have been completed in order, as this will lock all the elements in place for security purposes. Okay. All stage elements and board controls will move their original positions if the lock button is not active. The lock button cannot be activated until all stage manipulations have been completed in their proper order. Secret rooms and tunnels, the quick switch box. The performers in the cages will exchange places via the quick switch box under the stage. Trick chair, foot elevator, and tunnels. The third performer will exchange places with the fourth performer seated on the trick chair in the front row of the auditorium. To access the trick chair from the quick switch box, the third performer will have to use the tunnel system beneath the box. The tunnel system runs from the quick switch box to the magician's room and to the trick chair. So here's another room. The third performer can access the trick chair via the foot elevator beneath the chair. A seamless transition from the fourth performer to the third will achieve by using a large costume or shell. The shell rests sturdily in the chair whether the performer is inside it or not. Magician's room. This room, located beneath the stage and beside the basement, is for a magician and related staff and performers only. Let's go play with that.
Get smart, Nancy Drew. You're wasting precious time. Stop the demolition or you'll never see her again.
Yes, is it true that that detective...
Alright. 1, 2, 1, 1, 9, 2. Alright. Left and right fader power. Fader switches. Magnet button. Switches up. Trap door. And
These pieces won't budge. Help! Is anybody out there?
Who's there?
It's Nancy.
Nancy? For goodness sakes. What are you doing down there? This chair seems to be stuck. Hold on, I'm greasing the wheels here.
I found a secret room under the stage. I've got to check it out.
Magician's room. I swear, Nancy, as long as I've worked here, I've never been able to find my way in there.
I found the door, but the pieces that open the door are stuck.
Here, try this. Hurry.
In your face right there.
This should loosen things up.
Here we go.
Her shoe! She was just here.
They're feeding her at least.
The gate is electrified. Rubber is shockproof.
Keep this door open. It will automatically lock if it closes. It's one of those. Oh. Oh, 5.
Oh, Nancy! Hey!
I think the kidnapper just moved Maya to a new hiding place. Have you seen anything suspicious around here?
Wow, are you sure? I didn't see anything.
I found evidence that will prove that Maya's being held in this building.
Wow! Evidence. Where?
I'll talk to you later. I've got to get a hold of Sergeant Ramsey.
St. Louis Police Department.
Missing Persons Unit, please.
Please hold missing persons. This is Ramsey.
Sergeant Ramsey, it's Nancy Drew.
Hi, Miss Drew.
I found Maya.
You found her? So the case is closed.
I found her, and then she disappeared again.
Good grief. This girl's a regular Houdini. All right. What have you got for me?
I found a secret room under the stage. I saw Maya through a peephole, but by the time I got into the room, she was gone. The kidnapper must have moved her.
A peephole, huh? Are you sure you saw her?
Sir, there's evidence. Pizza boxes and one of Maya's shoes. I left everything where it was so you could see for yourself.
So you think the kidnapper's been using this secret room as a base camp? Well, this is very interesting, Miss Drew. It sounds like you've been conducting quite a search.
Now will you please send someone over to investigate?
Yep. Just bear with me while I try to find an available car. Help is on the way, Miss Drew.
Great. Bye.
Hi, Nancy. What happened?
The kidnapper's been holding Maya in that magician's room under the stage.
You found her? Oh, that's great. Where is she now?
By the time I got through that door, the room was empty.
Are you sure you didn't just imagine you saw her?
I think the kidnapper moved her, but they left some evidence behind.
Evidence? That should interest the police. Have you called them?
Yeah, they said they'll come check it out, but they may not be able to get here for a while.
I'll wait up for the police. You get some rest, Nancy. You're gonna need it for tomorrow.
Thanks, Joseph. I am exhausted.
St. Louis Chronicle, kidnapper demands $50,000. The St. Louis Police Department received a call yesterday demanding $50,000 for the return of Maya Nguyen, a 19-year-old Washington University student who disappeared 2 days ago from movie Brady Armstrong's dressing room at the historic Royal Palladium Theater. This stunning development marks the first significant lead in a mysterious case. Until now, the police had been reluctant to label Nguyen's disappearance as kidnapping, as there had been no evidence that the girl had been taken by force. When a reporter at the university's Student Life newspaper was at the theater to interview Armstrong for an article. The call came in at 4:36 yesterday afternoon. Due to a voice distortion device, the police are unable to determine whether the caller was male or female, but they were able to trace the call to a payphone in Granite City. According to earlier rumors, alleged kidnapping was motivated by a fanatic's desire to save the Royal Palladium from today's scheduled demolition, but yesterday's caller made no reference to the theater. The police now believe that the kidnapping's desperation is financial in nature and will not stop the demolition from proceeding according to schedule. As for the ransom, can it go to A4? Oh well. Okay. So, day 3, demolition day, so we'll be getting close to the end of the game. I'll be picking it up again, hopefully tomorrow. We'll see how life goes. So, but if you've been here watching the video, I appreciate you joining me, and I hope the rest of your day goes wonderfully. And I hope to see you again next time. So, take care of yourselves. All right. Bye bye.